A country in the midst of some of its darkest days, its capital gripped by violent unrest. Once again, clashes broke out in central Athens between riot police and anti-austerity protesters. Petrol bombs were thrown, tear gas canisters fired, the two sides fighting running battles before the police regained control. But behind the violence lies the peaceful protests of the majority. Tens of thousands, many of them middle-class Greeks, taking to the streets, furious at yet more spending cuts soon to be agreed to keep the country afloat.
To demonstrate against the measures that destroy our lives. That's why we are today, because we're desperate people.
The protests and a general strike bringing Greece to a standstill, the worst unrest since the new government took power in June.
The message from the streets is clear, that over 2 years since Greece requested outside help, things are getting worse and they believe the entire strategy is wrong. And if this is the resistance as the new cuts are being negotiated, imagine what might happen when they come into effect.
One of those taking part was Christos Sideris. He has seen his country buckle under the weight of the cuts, and now he's fighting back. For in his spare time, he started up a new clinic offering free care to those recently unemployed who've lost their health insurance.
Medicines?
Everything here is donated. This is the other side of the crisis. Solidarity between Greeks who say they've been forced to swallow the bitter pill of austerity.
It's amazing to see Greece in the 21st century, being a European member country, having children that are starving, and families that cannot feed their children or provide simple things like an aspirin. We only heard these kind of things in Africa, not in our country.
Katerina and Haris had health insurance until unemployment hit. Now they can't afford a basic checkup for their newborn. We can't sink any deeper, he says, or else the Greek people would die. And it's like this country is at war. Amidst the protests and bailout figures, it's all too easy to forget the human stories of a once confident nation, now caught between rage and despair. Mark Lowen, BBC News, Athens.